What's happening, folks? Welcome back to Celtic Fans TV. Some bonus content for you tonight after the 3-1 win over Leipzig. I've got Stuart back with me. We're going to go through the player ratings for tonight. Stuart, first of all, though, just give us your reaction to that.
That was a special night. You come to quite a lot of these nights at Celtic Park over the years as time goes on, and every so often, maybe even every 5 years or something, there's one where you're like, I'm glad I was there. That's a memory, that's a moment. And tonight was one of those. And it's been a wee while, just for various reasons, since I've been here. And what a time to return, man. Amazing.
It was absolutely brilliant. We're going to start in goals, obviously, with Kasper Schmeichel. He's obviously a brilliant influence since he arrived at the club. What are you going for his rating tonight?
Solid 7, made one very important save and came out and actually attacked a couple of corners after we'd looked very ropey in that period in the middle of the first half. So 7 high.
Johnston, the right back.
Johnston, I would give an 8 because I thought he was very, very industrious. There might be an element of the fact I really like Alistair Johnston. I remember his first game against Rangers, and about a couple of minutes in, he just put in a challenge where he took man and ball, and I thought, you've got what it takes to play for this club. You know what it's about.
Carter Vickers back in the team tonight. Missed a couple of Champions League games. Huge influence for us. What do you think of him tonight?
Allowed to go 8.5?
You're allowed to go, mate. I'd have thought you'd have went high for Schmeichel.
Aye.
I was going 9 for Schmeichel.
Really?
Aye.
Really? Maybe I'm just keeping it on the low
Callum's
side
behind
here.
the camera, as if he's on Price is Right, going higher, higher.
8.5 for Cameron Carter Vickers.
Beside him, Austin Trusty.
9.
Brilliant, wasn't he?
He was absolutely brilliant. My favourite bit about him was there was a point he won everything, and he got that knock early on, but he recovered from that. And I don't know if it was the adrenaline or whatever, but he properly stepped up. It was like a welcome to the party moment. And I think you see the difference of him playing in his natural side. Like, it's to do with things like body shape and stuff when he's closing things down. Just looks a lot more natural. And my favourite moment with him was when he actually slipped, but he won the ball whilst in the ground. I just thought that was pivotal and like befitting of the performance.
I thought he defended brilliantly. I thought, as you say, he recovered well. He also had that wee moment where he gives it away in the first half. And that leads to the corner that eventually comes to the Leipzig goal, but recovered brilliantly. I thought he defended really well all night, headed everything, won tackles. I thought he was absolutely superb.
See, just on that, see that loose pass, right? It's proof how important psychology is at this level, because Celtic were dominant in the early stages, on the ball and against the ball, because we went from 7-1 to 0-0. We've actually got confidence in our shape, but one loose pass, and you saw all of a sudden that hesitation set in. And I think that was, the mental strength to recover for that moment was definitely important.
Recovered so well. Taylor, left back.
6.5, and that's generous. I think he was the weak link tonight, if I'm honest. And
so.
that's probably going to annoy some folk. But
I thought done really well at the second goal. Really well. The pressure and then to cut it back.
And do you know what? See, that as a theme for Celtic was the threes, the central midfielder, the winger and the fullback on either side. And Taylor was taking good positions in the inverted fullback position to kind of mix up the shape. But I just think his distances defensively are exposed at this level really badly.
I'd have went a wee bit higher, but okay, 6.5. In the midfield, Callum McGregor in the engine room. I thought he was really good tonight.
He's a 9 as well, man. He was absolutely superb.
Driving with the ball at times, just carrying us up the pitch.
Brilliant. And do you know what? My favourite bit about it was when we conceded the goal, he was just there and he's giving it all that. And I just think he's grown into... He's always had like a kind of leadership vibe, but he's grown into maybe the best Celtic captain of my life. Like, or my time watching the club and regularly. I just think without him, we're a completely different team in terms of mentality.
Absolutely. Arnie Engels?
I thought it was his best performance for Celtic tonight, because I've gone in the kind of frugal side with all these numbers, because I think everybody's expecting 10, 10, 10, let it strictly come dancing.
I was going to be 9, 10, 10, 9 for me.
Right. Do you know what? I'm giving him a 9 as well. I think he was... The best thing about him is you can see the player that's cooking there. And I think tonight you saw bits of the magic that made Celtic splash out with all the money. In particular, there was the moments where he was almost like a ballet dancer, just doing that with his foot and like pirouettes and stuff. And there was like a few moments where it was almost kind of kaleidoscopic, the way that you'd have Johnson and then Kuhn and him, and they'd suck into like a wee shape like that, and then they'd fan back out. It was really mesmerising at times.
Aye, brilliant. Hatate, thought he was excellent tonight.
9.5. Outstanding performance for Rio Hatate. There was like couple of ones where like there was a one pass went out of play, an errant finish, but there is nobody in our squad that steps up into the Champions League arena like Rio Hatate in terms of elevating himself to that level, a technical prowess where he stands out amongst the elite of the game. And I think, I can remember the first half against Real Madrid here. He was unbelievable. And I think, again tonight, just really, really good.
He was excellent. Right hand side, Nicholas Kuhn turned the game for us. What a performance.
9.5. Got to be. I think like Hart kinda cause I very badly played at defence. Like I really like Trusty and I like McGregor's performance, but you can't look by Kuhn, man. Like, that was amazing. And I think the importance of the first time he beat his man Heinrichs, first time he beat him, everything changed for him because his body language seemed to switch at that point. And when that happened, that it was just like all of a sudden the full version of Nicholas Kuhn came out, like which we've seen in dispatches, but that maybe felt like the closest to 90 minutes he's given for Celtic at like just top sort of level before he went off.
I mean he's getting better and better and better, isn't he? Absolutely brilliant to watch. On the left hand side, Dyson Maeda.
Quieter by his standards, even in terms of sort of work rate tonight, maybe a 7.5. A wee bit of a sort of come down for the high, the hat trick, but at the same time, I think Dyson Maeda is one of the most likeable players Celtic have had in decades, man.
He's special, isn't he? Kyogo through the middle.
7.5 maybe as well. More so for Endeavour. He really needs a goal at this level, just like a goal or a proper display.
He got a couple last season.
Aye, but like, I think like at home, big arena, that kind of one. I just think it's the one thing that I feel was missing for his kind of armoury because he is the tormentor in chief of the main rival, or well, the previous main rival, the third best team in Scotland.
And subs, I suppose, just quickly because they only, again, maybe 25-30 minutes, most of them. Bernardo off the bench.
He's always just a useful option, isn't he? And
brilliant,
he seems to be able to play in a variety of no positions in terms of roles, but whatever job is asked of him, he executes it to a high standard. So if we're going on the basis that the numbers would be the same as if it was 90 minutes, then that's solid 7, I think.
Scales come off the bench.
Scales come off the bench, 7.
Who else do we have? Yang came on, I thought, to good effect.
Now,
surprisingly so.
What happened is, like, the guy that I was sitting next to, he's like, Yang, as if, like, how is that happening? And I could kind of see where that was coming from. But then, all of a sudden, it was like the curious case of Yang, where he started giving it wee shimmies and kind of shaking as if he was in the dance floor. It was...
That's two dancing references tonight.
I know. I'm thinking...
Must have played well.
Strictly go home. 7.5.
Valle came on at left back. Good player,
I really like him.
Good player.
7.5.
By the way, a rumour that we never touched on, apparently Barcelona want him back in January. See how that one develops.
I think if they do, then I'm interested to see how we replace that because I think he's been really, really useful.
He has been. Ida came on.
Quiet. 6.5.
Yeah, I think that's everybody in it. I missed any subs? I don't think so.
Can we do Brendan Rodgers?
We can do Brendan Rodgers, 10.
Aye. Do you know what? Superb tonight, and I thought he made his subs at the right time, and right now he has Celtic in the crest of a wave. This is the most exciting time supporting this football club for a while.
Aye, brilliant. That's a nice way to round off. Like the video, we'll see you for the build up to Kilmarnock on Saturday. Cheers.